But you know, I saw today, speaking of movies, today we went to see Tyler Perry's Boo 2. We saw Boo 2 today. Let me touch on this. And I took my mom, my daughter went, because my mom, she kind of likes all those Tyler Perry shows on OWN, you know. So we went to see Boo 2. Now, Boo 1 was bad. Boo 1 wasn't good. But Boo 1 made $75 million. That was Tyler Perry's second biggest grossing film. All right? Listen, I want y'all to feel me. I want y'all to feel me. 13 was great. Yeah, 13 was great. But again, so Boo 1, there were a couple of laughs, but it was kind of bad. You say Boo was funny, Boo 1? No, there were a couple of laughs in Boo 1. I mean, they were real far in between. But it was, but it made $75 million. So now they made Boo 2. This thing was unbearably horrible. Unbearably horrible. I mean, just not funny. And the thing, it's already, Boo 2 has made $45 million already. And look, I like Tyler Perry. I've co-signed Tyler Perry. I like Tyler Perry's hustle. But there's something different about this movie. Something that I'm noticing now. Boo 2, horrible. I mean, cringeworthy horrible. Cringeworthy horrible. I mean, the acting was horrible. They had Tito Ortiz in there. He couldn't really act. I mean, the acting was horrible. The pacing was horrible. The jokes, you can tell they were improvising a lot of the dialogue. And then they had to dub out some of the cuss words they were using in order to maintain a PG-13 rating. The lighting was bad in many of the scenes. I mean, it was from a technical standpoint, from an acting standpoint, it was horrible. So I'm looking at this movie and I'm thinking, how the fuck did this movie make so much damn money? How are these horrible movies making so much money? I'm looking at it and I'm like, none of the jokes are funny. It's kind of creepy. Yeah, Tito Ortiz was in it. He was acting. It was horrible. Then I realized something. No, you think Boo 1 was horrible. Boo 2 was just garbage. Then I realized something. I'm watching the movie and I'm thinking to myself, because I kept looking at all the technical glitches and just the lighting, and I'm almost looking for like boom mics to come down. I'm like, this kind of reminds me of a Dolomite movie. I'm thinking, this kind of reminds me of those old Dolomite movies where the movie was so bad, it was entertaining. Then I realized that's exactly what the Boo movies had become. The Boo movies, the first Boo movie, it kind of crossed over because what Tyler Perry did, he got some YouTube personalities in the film, so it crossed over to a lot of white people. So white people watch these movies in order to hate watch it, meaning they watch it because it's so bad so they cannot laugh with the film, they're laughing at the film. You understand that? Just like the Dolomite movies. For those who are old enough, back in the 80s and 90s, they started putting Dolomite movies on DVD or videotape. And we would watch Dolomite movies not because of the acting, not because it had a great storyline. We watched it because it was so damn cheesy. The cheesiness was entertaining. And that's why a lot of white people started watching Dolomite, because it was so full of stereotypes. The acting was so bad. The technical parts were so bad. That made it interesting. So what Tyler Perry movies now, his Madea movies are now the new Sharknado. People watch Sharknado because it's so bad, it's entertaining. You understand what I'm saying? I'm trying to figure out how in the fuck is this making so much money? That's why it's making, Black Dynamite is kind of good. Black Dynamite is good. That's totally different. Black Dynamite is very funny. This is something different. Because I'm looking at Boo 2 and I'm like, this is not for black audiences, because some of Tyler Perry's stuff, they got little jokes that black folks can kind of relate to, we can kind of get. And in many of his movies, we can kind of get some of the jokes. Some of this, the jokes, it wasn't no jokes that we could relate to. So I'm like, Tyler Perry is really pandering to a white audience now. And what he's doing is basically making his movies into Dolomite Sharknado movies. Now, I'm thinking he's doing that on purpose, because now I notice in Boo 2, the eyes were bucking a little bit harder in Boo 2. The eyes were really bucking. I'm looking at it and basically there was no real jokes in the movie. All the black characters are just walking around. I mean, they're bucking their eyes. I mean, they were overly bucking the eyes in Boo 2. So I think on a conscious level that Tyler Perry knows he's low-key cooning. And I like Tyler Perry. I'm not trying to shit on Tyler Perry. I think he knows it's cooning now. I think it's a proactive cooning going on. It's like Amos and Andy. It's like those old Mantan Moreland movies. Because, you know, Spike Lee has kind of called him out because of the cooning or whatever. But some of the stuff, I can, you know, some of the jokes are relatable. Because we can, okay, I get that. We can relate to some of the ratchetness. But this, it was just bucking of the eyes. Oh, my dear! My dear! Oh, Lord, my dear! It was that. It was a little bit too much of that. It was I'm looking at it. It was too much, just a little too many eyes bucking in the Boo 2 movie. I'm like, okay, this ain't for no black folks right here. There's no way. I'm like, who's entertained by this? And there's no black folks cannot be entertained by this. Because there's nothing relatable to black people. So now he's basically crossed over to that white audience, and I mean, it's a money grab, but damn. It's a money grab to capitalize off the racial stereotypes that the white audiences have. You dig? Even like Mr. Brown, like some of that is, you know, is soft shoe. A lot of it is soft shoe tap dancing, but some of it is a little funny. Some of it, you know, you can kind of relate to the Chitlin Circuit bullshit that, you know, but Boo 2, it didn't have that. This was like the Little Rascals, Buckwheat, Step Infected, just really eyes bucking and scared niggas running through the whole movie. It reminded me of those old horror movies, those Amos and Andy, Montan Moore. It was that type of thing. The eyes were bucking too much in this. So white audiences will look at this and they'll be entertained by this because it's so bad. They can look at it and be like, hey, look at them. Because white supremacists, they love to see movies with black people bucking their eyes. That's why those movies from the 1930s and 40s where black folks, oh Lord, there's a ghost. Ooh, there's a ghost, Lord, there's a ghost. Those movies were for white audiences. They love seeing Negroes bucking their eyes, running and scared. And that's what Boo 2 basically is. It's the new Dolomite movie. You dig? I mean, the jokes were horrible. You can tell they were improvising. I'm like, Tyler must know that you don't really have to rely on jokes to make this thing a success. If you just keep those eyes bucking, you'll be good. Because usually the Madea character has some funny shit, but this one, it didn't have nothing really funny from the character. Something that was relatable. There was nothing. You dig? Yeah, like those Ernest movies, exactly. Yo, so Tyler is basically riding the wave. He's like, well, I'm gonna get it while the getting is good. He's basically like, I'm gonna just get it while the getting is good. Now, is it worth it? Is it worth doing that? You dig? Look, because you can tell that with this, it's a money grab. You can tell there's no passion in it. This movie was a money grab. And I think Tyler made a conscious decision to say, fuck it, let me just get this damn money. This is a money grab. I'm not going to even write a real good script. I'm not going to even get a joke writer to give me some good jokes. I'm going to sit here and improvise this shit. I can sit here and just improvise most of the dialogue and I'm going to still get this paper as long as these eyes are bucking. You dig? So my man don't want to go that route. You don't want to go, I know it's a lot of money, but damn. At least, and I say this to Tyler's people, at least make your movies entertaining to your core audience. All that bucking of the eyes and all that, that's for the crossover audience. You got to have at least some good jokes. Yeah, it's on automatic right now. You dig? I mean, he clearly doesn't care. You can tell when somebody puts a passion into something. You dig? You gotta at least try to be a little artistic. You dig? A little bit.